So is there anything that you would like to, kind of speak on, especially with our newer cigar smokers? Like when you go to the lounge, like what should the vibe be? And if you are new to a cigar lounge, like, are you okay to make mistakes, barring their like crazy mistakes? But do you follow any
yes.
What's Michael Herklots' like rules of like cigar lounge etiquette?
Well, mine are also different because I'm not a consumer anymore.
True.
So my whole approach.
But you worked at a
yeah. But I think, well, we said it earlier. You can't apply your home lounge rules to another place. I think that's important. Number one.
Yeah.
And I've seen crazy things. Like, I was in a shop not that long ago. I also think it's important to one can only hold the customers accountable to a higher standard if the lounge is holding itself to the same standard. So it's difficult to expect your customers to respect a culture of an establishment if the owner is watching Days of Our Lives with their feet up, drinking a beer at 11.
Yeah.
And all the ashtrays are full. I think it's very difficult then to be like, hey, what are you doing bringing your own cigars? Like, well, I didn't know who worked here because everyone is watching a soap opera and drinking a beer. So that, I guess, my bad. So I also put some of this on retail and lounge owners because you are only going to get 80% of what you give. Mm-hmm. So you got to come in understanding the house rules, but the house rules also have to be clear. I also think it's important to apply the mirror of alternative hospitality when you're thinking about cigar lounges, meaning, would I do this in a restaurant, or would I do this at some other venue or in a theater or whatever, at a concert? Would this behavior go? And again, I would apply that same thing to retail and lounge owners. So if you think about the greatest hospitality experiences in your life are almost always memorable for service first and then for the quality of the product. Yeah. Well, in lounges, the product is the service and the environment because they're not making this.
Yeah.
We're making this. And so all of the things surrounding this are what the lounge should be providing and the customer should be seeking. But in our industry, we punish our best customers with less. You're a regular at a restaurant, you always have a seat, coffee and dessert is on the house, and I already know what you're going to order.
Yeah.
You're a regular in a cigar shop or a lounge, you have to go get your own cigar. No one's going to help you in the humidor because you come in every day, and you get less service than someone that walked in for the first time who I've never seen before and may never walk in again. That's the person I'm going to walk over and say, hey, how are you today? Welcome in. Is this your first time here? Gosh, where are you from? Meanwhile, I see you every day and it's like, that's Joe. He's just buying a Metropolitan. It's like, wait a minute. What are we doing wrong here? And so then customers take advantage of that because now this is my place. I come here every day. And so that's when you man spread all over the couch. You got your speaker on playing your tunes. You got your cooler full of beverages for the day. You have a lunchbox full of cigars that you've purchased anywhere but the place that you're sitting. And so then you're telling me you do the owner a favor by going in and buying one?
Yeah.
You're putting in an 8-hour shift. Who's doing who the favor here? So I think that there was a lot to be learned by looking at other hospitality. And from an owner and employee perspective, applying that level of professionalism and service and formality to whatever degree you are comfortable offering that matches your model, and then holding your customers accountable. Mm-hmm. Because when that happens, then together you create a really one-of-one experience.
Yeah.
Or together you create an absolute despicable, disgusting, ramshackle of an experience. And if that's your model, then congratulations, because you will deliver that. Ashes on the seats, butts overflowing in the ashtray. But could you imagine rolling into a restaurant and sliding over a stack of pancake dishes, brush off the seat just to sit down with your pancakes that you brought from your house, putting them on the table, and then expecting,
top-notch service.
Right,
Yeah,
I mean, what are you
yeah.
going to do? So it's a very tricky thing because our world has been a metamorphosis over time. It was never the responsibility of a retailer to create an environment to consume the product, because you could always consume it somewhere else, at a bar, at a steakhouse, wherever. And as more and more smoking bans came into play, existing businesses had to evolve into places to consume, not just places to purchase. And it is very clear which of those businesses are still evolving.
Yeah.
Fortunately, there are also so many businesses that are opening with this new model of consumption in mind, creating spaces and places for consumption, separate and apart from retail, which I think is so critically important, because you can't serve multiple masters in one room.
No.
And so if you're a box that has chairs and retail, then you have to pick what your priority is, and you have to demonstrate through your actions what the priority is. And I would argue that if you have a box with retail, you better prioritize retail, because if you're prioritizing keeping your seats full, you're not selling a thing.